This is another tournament winner. If one of my tournaments he plays Bandit, Pekka, Graveyard Poison. If that's a deck you want to see in action, then watch this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. Now in this video I'm gonna show you 3 battles of Pandy who won my tournament. He plays this awesome Pekka Graveyard Poison deck, and also with the new card, the Bandit. It's gonna be 3 battles. The first one will be against a Bowler Miner deck. That's the one you already see it. The next one will be against a Golem deck with Baby Dragon, and the third battle will be against another Graveyard Poison deck. So very cool, those 3 battles. Make sure to watch them all and try to find out the secrets he's using to win the tournament. Pandy won the tournament the 2nd time in this month, so big shout out to Pandy. Congrats to Pandy for winning my tournament for the 2nd time in 1 month. Amazing. So let's go into the action. You can see it there that he used the poison action to make the way for the Pekka. That's what we see here. And now this Pekka is walking to the Furnace. Furnace is a great defense, but you see the Bandit actually takes it out very fast, and then the Bandit just rams into that right tower and does a lot of that damage to that right tower, and that's why Pandy has a comfortable lead already. Already in the lead, Pandy. Now, Pandy's gonna use the Furnace for defense. The Furnace still is a great card. It will do that damage over time. Of course not against the Bowler. But what you see here is the Pekka will do awesome against the Bowler. The Bowler distracted, of course, by the Furnace. The Pekka only needs very few hits. And now we're gonna see this defensive poison again. Pandy really also uses poison to defend his Pekka, and he killed that minion horde with the Pekka. He kills the Skarmy with the log, really trying to make sure his Pekka reached the tower, which it didn't this time, but instead the Graveyard gets to the tower, and the Graveyard is actually doing some damage there to that tower, and Pandy's lead is even a little bit better right now. Amazing. Now, the left lane, he was a little bit rushed there, and he had to use the Furnace to defend, and also the Goblin gang is in his deck. And all those goblins now, just distracting those units over there. Not really doing a lot of damage. And still trying to push with his Pekka. Still trying to push with his Pekka. This is the next Pekka. Pandy has a pretty comfortable lead, but he still needs to take out that right tower. And how will he do it? He distracts the Bowler with the Electro Wizard. Again, he has to drop a Furnace to take out those minions. The Pekka in the meantime getting closer to that tower. So really desperate try there to push on the left lane by his opponent Logan here, and then he poisons that tower, and there is the Bandit, but the Bandit goes wrong way. The Bandit goes left and not right. But yeah, this is the next Graveyard. When Logan tries another push, and actually only very few of those skellies need to hit that tower, but the Arch is still a great defense. Archers together with the minions for defense. Still doing great in defense. And there's also a rocket, but it's not gonna work. The poison taking out the tower, so this is how Pandy won this battle. What we've seen here is really the Pekka is taking a big role in protecting the other units and making the Graveyard work. And this is the next battle. This time, Pandy goes against King Oasis, and King Oasis playing a Golem Baby Dragon deck. So we're gonna see how he plays against that Golem Baby Dragon deck. I'm really curious to see how he did it. He won the tournament, so we want to see that. And of course, King Oasis also has the Elixir pump, and is immediately starting to pump Elixir, of course. That's what he needs to have a really strong push with the expensive deck. Again, you see the Bandit actually passes the log, and the Bandit gets a hit at the tower, and it's like a lumberjack. Doing a lot of damage once the Bandit gets to the tower. You really can't ignore the Bandit at the tower. It's like a lumberjack doing a lot of damage there. I can't tell you the exact number, I'm not OJ, but anyways, he's doing a lot of damage, that's what we see there. And the Pekka here, also we see the Pekka here in action against the Golem. Really nice how the Pekka helps taking out that Golem. And then he protects it with the Goblin gang. Minions going against the Pekka. The Pekka probably gonna die to those minions. Yes, and the log. But still, Pandy has a nice lead. Once again, a nice lead for Pandy there. And yeah, thanks for the sub. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks. And Elijah, thanks for the sub. And yeah, there you go. The graveyard worked, tower down. So Pandy in the lead now with 1 tower. King Oasis currently does not know how to get to the tower. It's really difficult because Pandy now, of course, knows how to counter that Golem with his Pekka. So he will wait to play the Pekka until the Golem is in reach. And yeah, we're gonna see how he uses the poison here. Yeah, he's getting the Pekka ready, and now he's dropping the Pekka to go against that Golem once again, and he's also gonna use the Electro to slow down all of those units. First of all, he drops the poison, and then the Electro because the poison again. You see, the poison really protects the Pekka well. That's one of the strategies that he plays. Protecting his Pekka with the poison. And here he also has to use Bandit for defense. He really puts everything into defense because he's in the lead already. But and that works actually. So also taking out the baby dragon. Now he's trying to push with another Pekka. The Golem is not there yet, but actually he's on an elixir disadvantage. It's not that bad because he's actually ahead. That lightning just destroyed everything that protected that Pekka. But now again we see the Pekka and the graveyard going there with only a few seconds to go. The Bandit also at the tower, and that's the second tower in this battle. Just in the very last seconds he also took that battle. So what we're seeing here is how well the Pekka defends against the Golem. And again how he protects his Pekka with poison. And also how much damage the Bandit does. Just don't ignore the Bandit. And here's already the last of the 3 battles that the winner of the tournament shared with us for this video today. And this time it's going against Graveyard. So it's Graveyard versus Graveyard. And I'm really curious how he's gonna play that one. Graveyard versus Graveyard. What we're gonna learn here? Try to find out his secrets. Try to find out how Pandy plays it and what his secret is. Again, here he defends that Graveyard and using the Electro Wizard there to defend. And yeah, he took some damage here in this very first push. Now he's poisoning, and he's also supporting his poison with his Graveyard with the poison. The Electro Wizard did some damage. The minion doing some damage, Mega Minion, but is still a little bit behind right now. He's a little bit behind right now. So let's see how that works out. The Knight, of course, is not gonna get to the tower. And now Pandy is ready to drop his defensive Furnace. It's not only defensive, we know it. The Furnace is also gonna do a small amount of chip damage if ignored. So you have to respond to it. That's really the good thing about the Furnace. You can't just ignore it. You have to respond to it. And this is the next Graveyard. And Poison. He tries to get also the Furnace with the Poison. And actually that Graveyard is pretty successful. He did some damage with that one. But there's also counter push with all those goblins. And the Graveyard at the tower. The Skelly is already hitting that tower heavy. And he can't defend right now. He's low on elixir, and that's why his tower is down. He was pushing heavy. He didn't have any elixir reserves, and so a very great counter push by Pandy. And yeah, of course that Jari doesn't like it. He's frustrated. And this is the next Graveyard, and this time Pandy defends the Graveyard with poison. That's actually one of the best defenses against Graveyard. Just drop your poison over that Graveyard and it will kill most of those skellies. Actually here it didn't work that well. I've seen other occasions where the Graveyard did no damage to a tower because of the poison. And there's the next graveyard, and he's gonna defend with the Goblin Gang. Of course, the Goblin Gang dies to the poison, and he gets that right tower. Well pushed there on the right lane, but he ignored the Pekka on the left, and that Pekka Bandit combo. The Pekka Bandit combo is on the way to the tower. And the Bandit now is rushing into the tower, and dang, he hits that tower heavy. Tower still up. Tower still up. What's he gonna do? This is so intense, so intense. Another graveyard, and he drops the Electro Wizard for defense this time. And there's also the poison. Poison taking out the Electro Wizard almost, and there's the next push. But he runs right into this Inferno Tower. And here's another strategy that Pandy uses. He uses the graveyard to distract the Inferno Tower. He not only uses the graveyard to attack the tower, he also used the graveyard here to protect his Pekka and distract the Inferno Tower. It didn't work out in the end, but then again he did a small amount of damage to that tower. The Pekka didn't get there, but yeah, it worked pretty well to distract the Inferno Tower. So it was an expensive defense for the Jari, and there's the next Electro Wizard. Defending, this is so intense, it's going from one side to the other all the time. Really crazy. And Pekka walking, and the Inferno Tower defending. We have only 2 minutes overtime to go. Again, graveyard, same strategy, graveyard distracting the Inferno Tower, and the Goblin Gang takes out the Inferno Tower, and now will we see that tower going down? The Bandit died, Pekka died, tower still knocked down. But there's the counter push, the Jari with another counter push, poisoning, and doing some damage. Electro is doing a great job there, and now we see the Goblin Gang. Goblin Gang, will that be it? Will the Goblin Gang get to the tower? No. Also the Goblin Gang just died and didn't get to the tower. This is so intense. And there's another graveyard pod, so it's always one and then the other and then another attack, so it's a very close battle here. And again, Pekka going against graveyard, protecting with against the Inferno Tower. I'm already confused from switching sides here. And again, maybe this time the Pekka gets to the tower. The lock got to the tower. Pekka will be distracted, but yep, there you go. The Bandit did it. He kind of stole that tower. The Bandit got at that tower. He sneaked in and destroyed the tower. Awesome victory. Congrats again, Pandy, for winning that tournament. And guys, if you like Clash Royale, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks and have an awesome day.